Hello, welcome to today's video diary. Now, I don't know if it's going to mess up, this phone, and I don't know, it's like I'm with Virgin and it's just rubbish reception. So I'm right next to the router here, but as I venture over to the computer, it may start to crackle, it may start to loose sync, all sorts of glitches in the matrix might start happening, and it's just the way the cookie crumbles. So apologies for that. And apologies also if you're not into flight simulation. Today's video log is probably going to be a bit of a disappointment because today I will be flying. And but first I want to talk about yesterday because oh my gosh, right? Yesterday did not go as planned. I was supposed to be doing my instrument rating license test, and then I was going to do some other stuff and then do a flight and go meet my mom. And I met my mom. That's the one thing that happened successfully. But I went to go do my instrument rating license, and I use a flight simulator to do that, and it's been working fluidly. And then I go to try and do the test, and it's crashing every time I load up the program, and I'm like, well, hang on, this shouldn't be happening. This is like, so I tried. Maybe it's this test. Maybe it was like, okay. So I tried other tests that I'd already done successfully, and it was doing it again. And I was like, oh my life, what's going on? So I tried to just go and fly, and it worked originally. It worked sort of first, but then just started crashing again. And I'm like, what's going on? It's like I can't use this program to do my test. I can't do my test today. Oh my gosh, what a disappointment. And I thought, well, I got to do a flight then. So, and I thought at this point, the flying aspect of it was still fine and a-okay. When I set it all up on Twitch and I went live, I couldn't load it up. It was like it was crashing still. And I'm like, even doing a flight will crash. I'm like, oh my life, what's going on? I thought, well, I've got to go meet my mom now. So I went and met my mom. We caught up. I came back. And then I thought, right, well, I'm gonna have to use my other simulator that I've got, the more modern one, the one that is kind of used for training, but I don't do it. I don't do my tests on it. I suppose I should really because it's more. Although I have done because I've done my solo flights on it, and I've done the cargo. Or did I do? No, I haven't done the cargo rating on that one. I'm afraid. I'll have to try that and see how different it is. Anyway, so I did it. I booted it up then, but I couldn't like the plane. I was using the 737, and I do not know how to fly the 737. I can do a single engine propeller. Okay, I can do a twin engine propeller, but a two engine jet with very advanced avionics, I just relying on autopilot, and I couldn't get the autopilot to work. So I was hand flying it the whole way, 2 hours from Ibiza to Morocco, hand flying it, and it wasn't going as planned. It wasn't going well. It was a real, oh my life. It was so stressful, and then it's like it kind of ran over as well, and that kind of upset me because that bled into the time with the misses, had a knock-on effects, and so yesterday was a very stressful day and a very disappointing day. And so anyway, and I was like, oh, I've got to sort this out. I've got to figure out what is going on. So all night last night, I stayed up till like 1 in the morning to try and figure out what's going on. And I think I found the answer. I got two computers here, right? So let's just so you can see. So this computer here is the streaming computer where I'm setting it up right now for a stream with the camera, and then this computer here is the flight simulator. And as you can see, I've got FSX loaded in here at the moment, and I think I figured out what went wrong. There's a program I use to connect these two computers with the simulators. It doesn't really work, to be honest. It only works with my more advanced simulator, the P3D one, but it doesn't work with FSX. But the files to connect the two were still in the root folder of FSX, and so that's what was causing the crash. Very simple. I just deleted the folder because I don't need it, and everything works fine. But it gave me an opportunity to test something out. This is the scenery library that's on the screen. I don't know if you can really see this, but that's the scenery library. So your entire world is built within that scenery library. Everything you visually see in your flight simulator is created using this listed, ordered, you know, package system. You know, where each folder you see here, again, I don't know if you can see it, but each folder you see here is a package, right? And it has an area of the world, so Africa, and then you've got all the African airports, and then you've got the African world, the land, and all that. And you know, there's default stuff, which is rubbish. Everybody replaces it because it's just pants, and you start to create your own, like what you want to see. I love photoreal stuff because it is the actual land down there, and I do love really highly detailed airports, and trying to get the two to marry is a bit sometimes, you know, but it's totally possible, and that's how I roll, you know. So for me, it's like everything's got to be in a certain order for it to successfully load into your sim. So obviously your land is at the bottom, you know, and then you have your airport sitting on top of that. In the order, it has to be in that list of the scenery library as well. It's really complicated, and I'm not gonna. Well, I have bored you with it a little bit here, but I'm not gonna go into high details. But I did find out something, you know, because obviously you activate these areas by clicking a tick box to activate into the sim. Because obviously, if you're flying in America, you don't want the world to appear in the UK. Like you're not even going to see that, and yet it's still going to use resources and PC performance in order to build that land mass over in the UK, even though you're never going to see it. So it's like untick the UK when you're flying in America, or in other words, just tick the boxes where you're going to go flying, and it helps to have a really fluid sim, and the performance is really good on your computer, and it helps to really manage your scenery library as well. So it's like, you know, where am I going flying today? Well, today we're going to go be flying in Africa. We're taking off from Morocco, where we landed yesterday, and we will be flying into Egypt. So in my scenery library, I've basically ticked just the African stuff, you know, so the African lighting, the African airports, the main airport city that we're going to, which is Cairo, and then of course the northern Africa photoreal landscape, and then from there we're going to go down to South Africa to Johannesburg. But what I'll do is in between that flight, I will then load into the sim the appropriate software to see the world, and it's a really useful tick trick tip whatever to have a smooth running sim, and also not run out of memory, because the old FSX simulator is limited to 4 gig of memory. Once it maxes out of 4 gig, it'll crash no matter what you've got. So it's like only load what you need. So that's basically what I'm doing at the moment. I'm just loading up the sim, ready to go live on Twitch in probably about an hour. I'll be live, and we'll be flying from Morocco to Cairo, and then from Cairo to Johannesburg. And from then on, it's like, where do you want to go, guys? We can go from Johannesburg, we can go to Cyprus, Malta, we can go to any of them islands up there. We can go back to the Canary Islands. We can even go to the UK. I mean, we can go anywhere, really. We can even go into bits of Europe, like Sardinia. I've got Liberia. There's loads of like Turkey and all the sort of areas around there. The Alps, you know, it's like, where do you want to go from Johannesburg, from Southern Africa to where? So well, let me know, and I shall see everybody tomorrow. I mean, that's what I'll be doing today. That's it. And then after about 2 o'clock, I'm gonna do my instrument rating license. I've got to do that because I've also got to do my commercial pilot's license. That's what I was supposed to be doing today. So I've got to do 2 of them, but I want to get this flight out and over the way. It should only take a couple of hours to do all these flights, so I better get cracking. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. If you're new to this, these video logs, subscribe to my channel. You'll get notified of all my video logs, and if you make that bell ring, you will get notified when I go live and we can have a chat. All right? See you tomorrow, guys. Take care. Bye.